Hi everyone, it's Lynnea, and I have a video using products from the Hedgehog Hollow May 2019 box. I love these floral stamps, and I hope that you've had time to check out my other projects and videos using these stamps because they're so gorgeous. I love them. So I'm going to use the Sophia Bouquets stamp set today, and I'm going to use this large floral cluster. I believe I've used this on another project, but seriously, this stamp is amazing. There are so many different kinds of flowers, and it looks like a bunch of wildflowers have come together and made a little bouquet. So this month's kit came with 5 different colors of cardstock, and I used one of them for a different project. I used the corally one, but I still have the mint, the pink, the blue, and the yellow left, and I'm going to use all 4 of those to make 4 thank you cards. So to start with, I have taken all 4 of those pieces of colored cardstock, and I mounted that bouquet in the middle of the cardstock piece, and then I'm going to just ink all of them up with some Versamark ink. And I'm using my Misty so that I don't have to worry about placement each time. I'm just going to stamp them and then remove the piece of cardstock, and I will just repeat that with all 4 colors. So my idea for these cards, I need some thank you cards. I'm going to Junkie Fest at the end of this month, and I wanted to bring thank you cards for all of our instructors and for everybody who helps put on the event. So I need about 20 or 30 thank you cards. And I was trying to think of ways that I could create some clean and simple thank you cards that would be good for mass producing, but I wanted each one of them to be just a little bit different. So I thought of doing this split card design that I'm going to do today. So once I had the bouquet stamped on all 4 pieces of my cardstock, I'm just going to go ahead and add some white embossing powder. And I found that for this bouquet, since it is so detailed, a detail embossing powder is best. So I used Hero Art's detail white powder. And I'm going to chop off some of this. I know it's stressing to cut through the work that you just did, and I thought about cutting right down the middle, but then I like the look of the 1/3 versus 2/3. So I ended up cutting this, I think I chopped off 1 3/4 inches. And so here's my idea. You're going to kind of get a little picture of this. I'm going to have a larger portion at the bottom and a smaller portion at the top. And you could definitely cut right in half. That was my original plan, but I'm glad that I didn't. So the white embossing is really pretty, but since this was a simple card design, I wanted to add a little extra something. So I took some coordinating distress ink colors and an ink blending tool, and I'm just going to blend right over that white heat embossing. Really simple blending here. You could use a blending tool or a blending brush. In fact, I wish that I had used a blending brush because that would have given me softer edges to my blending. I actually just re-inked my squeezed lemonade, so I have, it's super dark, and I wish that I used my blending brush. So if you do this, maybe you'll want to do that, because you can see here I have that halo effect, and it's quite strong. So to kind of counteract that, I decided to add a little bit of water flicks into the background. I thought that the flicks would take your eye away from those harsh edges of the ink. But as I'm adding the water flicks on top of my ink, it's not really lifting away the way that it would if I was doing it on a full inked piece on like watercolor cardstock. It's very subtle, too subtle for what I liked. So after I let this dry, I did go back and I added black flecks of watercolor, and you can see that here. I took some strips of black cardstock and I stamped and white heat embossed the thanks sentiment, and that is also from the Sophia Bouquets stamp set. And that is it. 4 really quick and simple thank you cards that are all just a little bit different. And this is a great idea for mass producing. I love how these turned out, and I hope that you do too. Remember that you can head over to my blog or to the Hedgehog Hollow blog to see still photos and get some product links for next month's box, because you're not going to want to miss that either. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you later. Bye.